Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin, I'm the Geek. You are watching Kevin the Geek, and it has been a long time since I did my final full episode of Outnumbered, which was back in, about November of 2024. Well, of course, we did have a Christmas special, and then obviously last week we did the Series 2 comic relief special. All being well, I should hopefully have all, if not most, of the Series 3 videos recorded by the time this first video goes live on YouTube, in which you should be able to see them over on Patreon. If they're not all up, I'm recording them the Monday and they're going out on the Friday, so obviously, providing I get enough time to edit them together and put them all together, then we'll all be fine. But this is Series 3, Episode 1, The Family Outing.
I'm so proud Karen is topping her class.
I don't think the school do class positions, actually, Sandra.
Oh, is this? I was trying to work out whose mum it was, whether it was Pete's or Sue's. I'm guessing it's Pete's mum.
What's this trip got to do with World War II? This day out is supposed to be researching my World War II project.
It's flipping one out of battery, the stupid phone.
Oh yeah, it's so stupid it forgot to plug itself in and recharge itself.
This is so nice chatting with you like this. You're more like a sister than a daughter-in-law. You're my best mate. Thanks.
That's not weird at all.
You should be as lucky as me. I've got the best daughter-in-law in the world. Oh, look.
What would happen if the Queen and the Prime Minister had a fight?
What? I don't think Gordon
In
Brown.
some pictures...
Oh, Gordon Brown. Okay. Gordon Brown against the Queen. My money's on the Queen. Definitely. Against Gordon Brown. Hell yeah.
I specifically asked you not to leave me alone with your mother.
Well, you're such a good listener.
Who's going to be the worst to be with? Is it going to be worse being with Karen and Ben? Or is it worse being with the mother-in-law? I mean, I'd probably rather go with the mother-in-law.
Paint days out. The museums do your feet in and the kids do your head in.
Kneel before me, puny mortals.
I'm not in a bad mood.
Yes, you are. You're always in a crappy mood when Gran's around.
Oh, Jake, you crossed the line there, mate.
Hey, Ben, there's a couple!
Hey, I told you to stop that chav spotting game.
We're not, now we're spotting lesbians. What? Steph's mum's a lesbian, and she's really nice.
I mean, what would you say is worse for Karen? Like when there was in the airport in Spain and she shouted Muslim, or this one where she shouts lesbian? I think I have a pretty good idea in my head. Oh!
Do you mind? Because I want to win the prize on Best Project on World War II.
Well, what is the prize?
It's a trip on HMS Belfast.
Oh,
Was hat denn der gesagt?
Oh, I was literally just thinking, what if they turned out to be German?
Torpedo on the starboard bow, sir. Torpedo on the starboard bow. Hard to port. Hard to port.
Oh, please say someone's going to walk
We've
in.
been hit.
You can't talk your way out of that.
You're drifting a lifeboat with Grandad, Simon Cowell, Gordon Ramsay, and David Tennant.
Right.
Yeah.
Which one would you eat first?
And it sank this German ship. And this German ship, had a crew of 1,000 men or something. But still, all but 30 of them.
So history's boring, is it, Jake?
Pete, you are going to have a talk to your mum about the whole dead marriage thing, aren't you? You two just sit down and have a nice natter.
Over a cup of tea and biscuits. It's the British way.
Mum. Cup of tea.
Okay. Interesting. So we have an introduction to Pete's mum, who I'm guessing we're going to see at least a couple more times. It's interesting because they haven't gone with the usual stereotype of, child-in-law and parent-in-law having just bickering arguments, which is often the way, I mean, take Benidorm as an example. You know, things like Madge and Mick, or Eddie Dawson and Sharon, or Billy and Loretta. You know, yeah. Sue definitely gets on better with her, I think, than I probably would have expected had you told me that they were just introducing, you know, a mother-in-law. At the same time, Pete doesn't have, clearly, I mean, I was about to say he doesn't have the best relationship. I don't think that's true. I think he has the kind of relationship probably that a lot of people have, that you get to a certain point in your life and you just stop talking in the way that you did when it was, you know, when you were young, because there's always going to be that natural changeover point where the child becomes an adult and self-sufficient and does everything that they need to do, and the parents, in some cases, just become the grandparents and they're there to support in whatever way it needs to be. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic seeing what she is. I mean, there's definitely something up. I can't put my finger on what it would be yet. There's definitely something up. As for the kids, Karen has not changed. Ben has not changed. Jake is probably the one who's changed the most at this stage. He's definitely going into his surly teenage years, so he's get a bit grumpy, a bit more snappy, you know, a bit more closed off kind of thing. You know, he's, well, whatever my parents think is absolutely atrocious and rubbish, and I would not be seen dead watching what they do, or doing what they do, or thinking what they do. And I remember that. I remember it was about 2003, 2004. I mean, you look at me now. I'm big on my musicals. I love a musical. I love performing in musicals. I love watching musicals. But I remember my mum, I think she rented, I think it was Chicago and Moulin Rouge. Obviously, the both ones from 2001. So it was a couple of years after that. And I remember walking into the living room, my mum was watching them, and I was just like, what the hell is this? Oh my God, you're watching people singing and dancing? That is so gay. That is so awful. Why would you want to waste your time watching stuff like that? You know, in the stupid way that you do when you're young, you just don't appreciate anything that your parents watch. I mean, I remember my mum watching, I think it's The Green Mile, and she watches that, and I always knew that when my mum was watching The Green Mile, because literally the doors to the living room would be closed. You try and go, and she's like, "Don't come in." Always knew it. And so when I finally got round to watching The Green Mile for the first time, I was like, this is a bit of a boring movie. And then I got to the end, I was like, okay, I kind of now see why my mother got a bit upset at this movie. But yeah, Jake is definitely in that phase. But yeah, Ben and Karen, bloody hell. Ben and Karen have not changed. And they haven't changed, or at least they don't seem to have changed that much physically either. Because some people are saying, like, as the series go on, you like see a drastic, noticeable change to them as they get older, because you kind of seen them, grow exponentially. I think it's only been about a year, so at this stage, not too much of a change. In the same way it is kind of with my nephew. I mean, I think probably from the ages about 3 to, well, nearly 5 in my nephew's case, other than him getting a bit bigger, that's really it. That's all he's about to change. But in September, he's going to school for the first time. And that, in theory, may mean I see a different change in him. He may think a different way and whatever. So I'm going to be watching these next couple of years with Logan very carefully. And especially comparing him to Karen, who at this stage is the closest in age to what my nephew is, and yeah, just see what happens there. But that is episode 1 of series 3. Thank you very much for watching. Of course, head on over to Patreon if you want to see more episodes really early. In theory, hopefully, fingers crossed, all 6 episodes are going to be out by the time this episode's out on YouTube, but it may be in the next day or 2 after that, depending on how much time I have to get all the videos edited, essentially. But yeah, subscribe if you're new, drop your comments below, subscribe, all the usual bits and bobs. But until next time, my name's Kevin. I'm a geek. You've been watching Kevin the Geek. Goodbye.